This is Backstage Sonoma, your all-access pass to the local music scene.
Coming to you from beautiful downtown Santa Rosa, this is the Backstage Sonoma podcast. And now, here's your host, Steve Roby.
Welcome to Backstage Sonoma, where we explore the stories behind the music and the artist who created. I'm Steve Roby, and today I'm thrilled to have a special guest with us, folk singer-songwriter Brett Dennen. Since his debut in 2004, Brett has become known for his soulful songwriting that touches on all aspects of the human condition. His latest album, If It Takes Forever, is due October 11th and reflects on loss, love, and life's complexities. Brett will join me shortly, but first, here's See the World, the title track from his 2021 album.
Where you going, my brown-eyed son? You used to crawl, but now you run. You started off on a road half dark, and the river curled into a question mark. We sleep on diamond beaches, dear, and drink from prison streams so clear. You don't have to be rich to get around. There are mansions growing out of the ground. Days go by, get out and see the world. Days go by, get out and see the world with your own eyes.
That was See the World by our guest today, Brett Dennen. Hey, Brett, welcome to the show. It's great to have you here.
Thanks a lot. It's good to be on the show.
All right. For those new to your music, could you please give our listeners a brief overview of how your musical journey began?
Well, I'm just one of those people who started playing guitar at a young age. And in college, I started playing in a few bands and started writing songs and really fell in love with it, I guess, about toward the end of college and even after college. That's when I really started to really put a lot of energy into songwriting and really try to my own style, my own sound, my own voice. I made an independent record with those songs and started playing around Northern California and just started growing a fan base and playing show after show after show. Got on a few festivals, got some opening acts, and I'm still doing it.
Great. Did you have any musical influences growing up? Anybody that inspired you along the way?
When I was in high school, that was just a great time to be in with friends jamming because there was just so much great music, a lot of grunge and Beastie Boys, and I've always loved more acoustic folk rock from the 70s, like the Eagles, and Paul Simon, and Van Morrison. Those are my heroes.
All right, all good music. Well, let's talk about the new album, If It Takes Forever. This is a very deeply personal album for you. Can you share with us what inspired it and how the experience of losing your dad influenced the music?
Well, a little over a year ago, I started having a most profound year. It started with my son breaking his leg, and then my dad dying, and there was like a chain of events started happening, and a bunch of stuff stolen from me. I got into a really bad accident, a car accident, a surfing accident where my finger got ripped open. It just kept feeling like I was I don't know, I was meant to go through some trouble. The most being the passing away of my father, because that brings up a lot of questions of who am I and why am I here? So I knew that I wanted to write about all of it, but write something that was positive and, felt joyous and expresses all sorts of emotions and ponders all sorts of questions. I didn't want to make something that sounded like, woe is me. I wanted something that was a full, life celebration. So I spent a lot of time just thinking about that, just meditating on it, I guess. Like, oh, I'm going to write a song like this and I'm going to write a song like that. And I just kept letting the ideas build up and build up and build up inside of me. And I had to work a lot last year on the road, did a lot of touring. So spent a lot of time just thinking and having ideas. And then towards the end of the year last year, I carved out some time to just sit down with a guitar. Didn't do any touring towards the end of the year and focused only on writing. And I cranked out a bunch of songs and recorded them at the top of the year. And now it's finally coming out.
It came out really well, too. I must commend you.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited for people to hear it.
So the album, If It Takes Forever, spans various genres from Americana to harmonica-driven blues. How did you weave your personal themes with such a diverse musical palette? How did it all come together for you?
When you write music and you think about like, what can I handle? What can I pull off? You know, I love all kinds of music, and I've tried writing music in lots of different genres, and it just doesn't work for me. But there's certain things that you can zero in on that you think, oh, I could pull that off. You know, I think I could have, there's a part of me that pulled some of this off. I could get a little bluesy if I wanted to. So you gravitate toward what you like, and then as you write, you make it your own and try to do it your own way.
Yeah. Well, let's play another track. This is called Dharma Baby from the new album, If It Takes Forever. What inspired you to write this track, and how does it fit into the album's overall narrative?
This one is more inspired by the passing of my father. It's kind of like a story about somebody's journey from life to death to reincarnation. That's what the Dharma is all about. That's why it's called Dharma Baby. But it's really like, I think it's meant to be like a journey, like an odyssey. Like someone's going on a trip, and where are they going, and what happened, and who did what, and who said what. You know, I wanted it to be up-tempo, kind of fun, kind of Grateful Dead sounding, but also I wanted it to have some of that Buddhism in it.
Yeah. Well, that's a great intro, and let's play it now. This is Dharma Baby by our guest, Brett Dennen, and you're listening to Backstage Sonoma.
Dharma baby, while mama was in the kitchen, you were out there on the sidewalk with the priest of no religion. She rolled her eyes like a soccer ball, singing all in all, another brick in the wall. The fireman came and
Brett Dennen as our guest today. Brett, you've always been known for digging deep into the human condition in your songwriting. How did your songwriting process evolve while you were creating the new album? Did you find it to be more cathartic or challenging?
The process was very hands-off. I know that's really impossible to do, but like I would have ideas for songs but I wouldn't really try and write them. I'd just let them grow. I'd say, I'm going to have a song. I want to have a song called Dharma Baby. And I want it to, what's that song going to be like? I want it to sound kind of Grateful Dead-like. And maybe I should remind myself of the book Dharma Bums and think about those, wild adventures that they had. And then I would just sit on it for a while and just think about it. And I would never pick up a guitar and work on it. The only time I would work on it is if like, a melody popped into my head. Well, I've sing that to myself a little bit and maybe add a word or two or a line to it, but I wouldn't sit down to write. I'd do it while I was taking a walk on the beach or washing dishes or doing something else. And I would just kind of keep it in my head so that it stayed in my memory as much as I could before. It was like, all right, these are getting away from me. I need to start jotting these ideas down now. It's kind of like non-writing, writing. And I wanted to do that just because, like, it just seemed too daunting to write all the songs I wanted to write. I think I was procrastinating, but I was also still working on it in my own way. And I've always, thought that I do my best writing when I'm not holding a guitar. I've always thought I do my best writing when I come up with ideas in the shower or driving down a highway, when my subconscious is kicking in. So I wanted to do as much of that as I could.
Nice. Are you one of those songwriters that carries a notebook around with him?
I have a notebook on my phone, though, embarrassingly. If I were to get rid of my phone, I would go back to having a little notebook with me, but you don't need one now.
Well, let's play another track from the new album. This one is called Chipping Away. Can you give our listeners the backstory to this song?
This is a song that's sort of like we're all going through the motions. We're all doing the work. We're all aging and trying to get closer to some goal, whatever that goal is. Like if it's like where you want to be in life or your goal is happiness or whatever, we all put in the work and we think we're moving towards something, but the whole time we still feel the same inside and things don't really change for us on the inside. So that's what it's about. It's kind of like my own version of Paul Simon's Slip Sliding Away.
Okay.
The nearer your destination, the more you're sliding away. It's that. I'm still chipping away.
Well, let's listen to it now. This is Chipping Away by Brett Dennen here on Backstage Sonoma.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. just keep chipping away. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, I'd really love to H, I, J, K, L, elevate and rise above. 1 and 2 and 3 and for another day. I just keep chipping away. Chipping away. Chipping away, yeah. Chipping away. Chipping away. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, I'd really love to H, I, J, K, L, elevate and rise above. 1 and 2 and 3 and for another day. I just keep chipping away. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, I'd really love to H, I, J, K, L, elevate and rise above. 1 and 2 and 3 and for another day. I just keep chipping away.
And we're back, and our guest is musician Brett Dennen. Brett, you've toured with some huge names like John Mayer, Jason Mraz, and G-Love and Special Sauce. How have those experiences on the road and collaborations with other artists influenced your music and growth as a musician?
It's just nice to get close to other musicians and see how they handle living this crazy life of working for yourself and following the muse and making art out of nothing and believing in yourself. And it's great to see people who are really successful at it. And it's great to build a community and know that, you're not alone and learn from each other and get inspired by each other. So I love it. I love touring with other bands. I love collaborating with other bands.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice. It's, we're all like, when you're an artist, sometimes you can just feel like you're out there treading water, just bobbing around out at sea without a real direction to point yourself in. So it's nice to bump up next to other ships out there.
That's a creative way of putting it. I like it. Do you have any new musical projects you're working on either this year or next year coming out that you can share with our listeners?
Well, I just did some touring like earlier this year. I was touring with G-Love and this guy named Mahali. So we all collaborated on a song that's going to come out, I think next month or later this month. I'm not sure, but I just finished working on that. There's this really great Scottish singer-songwriter named James Gillespie. And he and I are working on a couple of things for, I think probably for his next album. So yeah, I'm excited to be working on a few things with a few people.
Great. So is the best way to follow you on social media? Is that the best way?
Yeah. That's the only way, really.
Okay.
There's not that many people that are signed up on my newsletter. I think people just get their info somehow. I don't know how they get it.
Yeah.
Social media, I guess.
Yeah.
Facebook and Instagram.
It all works. So you've got a show coming up on Sunday, October 13th here in the area. It's at the Mystic Theater in Petaluma. What can fans look forward to that night? And how does playing a cozy venue like the Mystic Theater affect the vibe of your performance?
Oh, it's going to be great. I mean, I'm coming with the band and we're going to rock the house. So you might think it's cozy, but I think you would want to replace the word cozy with just close.
Close, intimate.
Close would be a good way to put it.
Okay.
Intimate,
Yeah.
but fun, but rocking. It's going to be a joyous night.
Who are you bringing with you on stage?
Well, I'll have a keyboard player, a drummer, and a bass player, and myself. And then there's an opening band called Coyote Islands.
All right. Well, let me remind our listeners, Brett Dennen will perform at the Mystic Theater on Sunday, October 13th. Doors open at 7 p.m. and showtime is 8 p.m. Tickets can be purchased online at mystictheater.com. Hey, Brett, it's been a pleasure having you on the show, and thank you for sharing all your stories and music with us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
To our listeners, Brett Dennen's latest album, If It Takes Forever, is available now, and be sure to catch him on tour soon.
The Backstage Sonoma show will return right after these messages. Welcome to Backstage Sonoma, your all-access pass to the heartbeat of the Bay Area music scene. From jazz to rock, blues to world music, we bring you intimate conversations with the artists shaping our soundscape. Hear their stories, explore their inspirations, and dive deep into the creative process that makes each performance unforgettable. Hosted by Steve Roby, seasoned radio personality and best-selling author, Backstage Sonoma has featured Grammy winners like Judy Collins, Colby Kyle Lott, Leslie Mendelsohn, and chart-topping guitarist Adam Hawley. With over 200 episodes and 4 years of exclusive content, we keep you connected to the local and touring musicians making waves today. Whether you're a lifelong music lover or discovering new tunes, join us on Backstage Sonoma, available on all major streaming platforms, including YouTube. Don't miss a beat, subscribe now, and be part of our growing community of listeners. Backstage Sonoma, where the music never stops.
Thank you for tuning in to Backstage Sonoma. Stay with us as we continue to explore the stories behind the music with more insightful interviews from artists across the globe.
Thanks for listening to the Backstage Sonoma podcast. Join us next time for more great interviews and music from local and touring musicians. You can find us on the web at backstagesonoma.com.